Alright, welcome to another Modern League with 4-color lands. This is round 1. We're playing against a Lurrus deck, so I think this hand is fine against a Lurrus deck. Probably would not keep this hand if my opponent hadn't revealed Lurrus. So I'm assuming that this is some form of hammer. Dude, Esper Sentinel always fucks everything up. I think we just have to... we just have to draw a card. We just have to prevent it from drawing a card, and we just have to draw a line ourselves. Cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm just kind of over the Hammer Time deck. Just kind of over it. It's just too free, you know? I wish there were something. I wish there were like a minimal cost. But it's just too free. It just gets sold really fast. You see Doom's Blazing Shoal to it? Yeah, I saw it. And it's not at all inaccurate. It's not at all inaccurate. Except it's a lot better because the pieces matter in play. Can we have these please matter? It didn't matter at all last time, so can we have it matter this time at least? Okay. At least we got something going on here. think this is gonna be fine. Yeah, I think it's just worse than Blazing Shoal. I think that Blazing Shoal infect is less egregious than Hammer, because Blazing Shoal infect doesn't have staying power, while Hammer does. Like it's just an objectively better version of the same deck. Like I think Hammer is one of the decks in the format, the best decks in the format, and Blazing Shoal Infect will probably be unplayable. I think I'm bottoming one of these two. Let's bottom that one. Stomping Ground, we're gonna name Colossal Summer here. I literally don't think I can afford to have my opponent draw cards here. I just don't think I can afford to have them draw cards. I guess I didn't want to draw a card from the cranial plating. The problem is if I force here, my opponent just gets it back with Lurrus. So I'm not really achieving anything. But at the same time I have to, otherwise it's gonna beat me down. It's just so annoying. Like now they just play Lurrus and then just get back their fucking cranial plating and they draw a card of the paladin, and this is so much better than Blazing Shoal. Like so much better. And I lose the game now. Go ahead. Do your thing. Very cool. Very, very cool. Sure. Sure. All right. 0 lander. 1 lander. 3 lander. I think we really need to find the fetch land here, so It's such a brutal card in Magic. It was obvious right from the start. It would probably still be good even from the companion. Lurrus needs to go. I have no respect whatsoever for anybody who defends Lurrus being legal in Modern. Like I just will not have a conversation with anybody that says nah, Lurrus is okay. Lurrus needs to go. It's been like that since the companion since the companion mechanic existed. It's been like this. The only time where Lurrus was quote unquote okay was when something even more egregious was happening, which was Uro. It's probably counterspell, but it could also be just reanimator. So Spike really trying his hardest to ban it. I mean, we shouldn't need to try, right? It should just be banned. Oh, it's Phoenix. All right. That's a lot of birds. That's a lot of birds. You know, when Murktide to pop up in popular, which is exactly what will happen if Lurrus gets the X. Because at 3, 2 mana 8 is broken. It turns out. Yeah, but Murktide is a lot easier to answer, right? And Murktide isn't always in your hand. Like the Murktide decks sometimes just don't draw Murktide. That doesn't happen with Lurrus. It cannot happen. My opponent really high rolled here, huh? Main deck surgical extraction. That's what we're doing, huh? Is this just Emilich? Murktide. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. So we got 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're dead, right? I'm trying to look at all the combinations, and we can kill the Murktide plus kill a Phoenix. We still take lethal. We can deal 12 to face. It's not enough. Yeah, I guess that's our only out. We attack, and opponent doesn't block. Let's go with something like this. We had it where they blocked or not because they made it one less cut wall to kill Murktide, so we were able to kill 2 Phoenix. Yes, but that forces me to do the to hit the Murktide first, right? And then my opponent just doesn't block. You know what I'm saying? Like once I put the targets on the Murktide, that's it. I cannot lethal them. So at that point, they just don't block. Okay. Droid is new to like things. Yep, that's yeah, it's pretty important. It is quite relevant. I don't know how I feel about playing this expedition map out. Because my opponent could have prismatic ending. I think it's correct to play it out because I may find another. I don't know, it's close. Give Dryad protection. Yeah, that was the line. Yeah, this is what I was saying. I think it might have been better to just hold on to the expedition map. This is fine. I'm not worried about Murktide because I have a Teferi, so there's no need for me to, you know, play the endurance for not enough value to just chill on it. What do we got here? There's no way I'm getting Blood Moon, right? Just pass the turn. Tomo 3790, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Coming back for the 6 months. I appreciate it. We still have access to endurance if we need it. Bolt. Yeah, I'll take that for sure. Bolt the other one. Yep. How are they planning to get back their phoenixes if they're just bolting on my turn? Let's Scour themselves. Okay, just gonna make another dude. And we're gonna make another dude. Wanna kill this one too? Sure. Go nuts. They probably cannot afford to play Blood Moon, right? So I shouldn't be worried about that. I'm definitely going to Endurance on end step, however. Obsidian Charmo. Sure thing, champ. Sure thing. Would like to attack you. Obsidian Charmo in the Phoenix deck. Wow. So we're gonna go get a Temple Garden here. Play a land. Blue, white. Bounce that guy. For ya. This is how the Phoenix deck has looked in my experience more often than not. Sure. I say it's fairly weak overall. It's just clunky. It's just clunky. Like we just saw, my opponent got extremely lucky round one, right? They found 3 Phoenixes in the top 10 cards, milling a couple of them to like a random Thought Scar. And the Murktide, that's true. So my opponent had like the absolute perfects, and it was still close, right? It's just not that powerful. Like you need to hit like a top 5% of your draws for the deck to just be able to function in the modern format. But let me look at what we're playing against right now. I'm just flooding ridiculously right now. I'm just flooding beyond reason. And my opponent's deck is also it's also just non-functional. There's in your band gives us 0 they can show some vibes, and I really dig it. You play drums, right? Yeah, that's true. That's correct, Torborg. So I assume that they're just not playing Demilich. I probably have to assume that at this point. Both of them at the ferry. That's fine. Ferry dies. I'm not gonna give them a window to kill the endurance, right? Will we be able to find real cards? Iteration in Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, they're just playing like a more mid-rangey version. I know if it's better or worse, or I honestly don't care, but in their build, it looks like it makes a little bit more sense, at least. I think I chalice for 2. With them having 2 mendings in the graveyard, chalice for 2 seems better than on 1. Thanks, Trevor. I mean, that's my ban from way back in the day. Like we haven't really done anything for a while. Titania. Another Saga. Another Saga, Titania. Dryad could allow me to get something going as well. Another Endurance. Prismatic ending. Oh, I cut the endings, never mind. So ending's not an option. The Fairy wins. What else? Please not a Renan 6. Do I still play? Yeah, of course. Okay. So now Dryad is also lethal. Maybe I should have definitely held on to the Valakut. That may have been a mistake. No, they're bad. Again, it's not crazy for Renan 7 to be bad in a deck like this, right? You only want to draw so many lands. It was good in the other deck that we played the other day because that deck was playing Life from the Loam. So when Renan 7 finds your Life from the Loam, now we're talking, it's a completely different story, right? Right. So we dug halfway into our deck. Dug halfway into our deck. Could not find the Dryad, could not find... If they are bold for this, c'est la vie, but... I think we have to get back a Royal Triumph or like one of my Triumphs and just cycle it. How do I not die here? I'm gonna go down to 8. I think I just have to bounce the Charmo? Just because it doesn't have haste. Or is a way to not die, I guess. Revalaka, we have a Ren and 6 in play. Not too worried about Valakut going to the graveyard. Also, if my opponent spends 5 mana to play the Charmo, it's gonna be pretty hard for them to get back their stuff, right? Famous last words. Famous last words. Come on, dude. What's going on today? We started off so nice today. We started off so nice. And then it's been just an absolute shit show since then. Oh, this is still game 2, actually. How is this game not over? Oh my god. Can we please draw a Dryad? Can we please draw a Dryad? Please. I am so sad right now. I am so sad. Can take 12. Chomp the Endurance. Ugh. I'm taking the block there because it is unclear whether my opponent can actually bring back their dudes. And it's also better if I find another endurance. Dryad still lethal. We have not seen one Dryad just yet. Not a single one. We're 32 cards into our deck. Why are they doing this now when they cannot get their Phoenixes back? This makes no sense to me. They're gonna kill the Endurance with Prismatic Ending. Sure. Dryad, please. Titania. 2, 3, 4. Four. I think we chill on this Valakut. We're gonna take 10 next turn at the least. They're out of mendings. So now any one token is lethal. They're out of mendings. And they only have 3 cards in hand because they wasted all these metamorphoses on their second main for whatever reason, instead of saving them for this turn where they could guarantee the Phoenixes would come back. Down to 6. Murktide. 5 mana? Another Charmaw? So that's a 3/3/3, a 3/5/3. Sweet. Nice creature decks in your Phoenix deck. I can't believe we almost did not win this game. We almost did not win. For good measure. Just to guarantee that nothing funky happens. This was already lethal, but you know, it's free to play this thing and just guarantee that it's gonna be good. That was a game of Magic, jeez. That was a game of Magic. All right. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. Serum Visions. So my opponent's deck seems to be actually much different from Spike's. Huh. What am I doing next turn? I think I want to Soul Guide this turn. Just so my opponent can't cheese me out. And I don't think I'm afraid of any blue cards, so I'm just gonna play out this Expedition map. This match has felt endless. Just actually endless. Like, it just doesn't end. Remember when I said that I was not afraid of any blue card? I forgot that they're playing fucking Murktide in their deck. Right on time. So we have to find the fairy now. Dryad could be good too. Also, I have a stupid dispute in my hand, man. Why am I not just countering this thing? I'm just an idiot. I'm just mentally checked out. I'm just mentally checked out. I'm not even thinking anymore. They go face. Can we find the Dryad off the top to punish them? Pretty please. I guess now they can cast Charmo, so maybe this was bad. Definitely disputing that. Nobody knows I'm a dog. Thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody from Dog Stream. Playing some Naya lands over here. How was your stream today? I don't think they have that many cards that they can find, so that they can play, because we have the Chalice on one, so could have gone better. Thank you, appreciate it, dog. So we need Teferi right now. Well, that's another way around it. Okay. Yep, that's a card. I had to play this one. I guess I do get to gain some life for free, so I can float the mana, get that. I gain 2 life. Bring that back. Sack that. Bring that back. Pass the turn. I'm just gonna sack my entire board. That was the actual best top deck possible. Probably even better than Teferi. I'm just gonna sack my entire board of lands. Did I forget this? No, I forgot they had Murktide in their deck, and I just tapped out to play this silly expedition map. If they attempt to wall Titania, I'm just gonna sack everything. If they attempt to blow up this, I sack everything. We hit the 10-minute mark. Wear tear my Chalice. If they get a shit ton of Phoenixes back, we may lose here. Snow Phoenixes. And that is no Phoenixes. So now we win. But wait, there's more. I think we're locked up. My opponent just refuses to. Even if they have bolt, we can sack another thing in response. Yeah. Estoy probando en fisiculturista de Forcortenia con Omnath y se siente increíble. A mí no me gustaban los Omnath, pero el resto está bien. Alright, see you next round. Alright, here we go. Yeah, sure, skip this hand. This hand kind of sucks against like turn 1 discard spell. Yawgmoth. I haven't played too much against the Yawgmoth deck. Because we're gonna find out soon enough whether it's a bad or a good matchup. Actually, I made a pretty bad mistake there. I made a pretty bad mistake because, like, now I'm not gonna be able to play something like next turn. Yeah. Kind of fucked that up. Now I'm not gonna be able to Saga, right? So I should have played the Temple Garden on turn 2. So that I could play Saga on turn 3 and do the thing. Seems like we're not gonna be punished because my opponent kills the Ren, so we're gonna have stuff to do with our mana, but still a mistake nonetheless. Plus Ren ping ending. Actually, let's just pass the turn. Like we have plus the fairy, right? So Liberator. Well, that's fucked up. That kills my shit. Don't kill my shit. Would appreciate it if you would not kill my shit, you know? Try it. There's no way they have another one of this guy, right? Geist. Okay. Second ending was definitely a good draw. Second ending was most certainly a good draw. Plus, I think I'm in a minus here. Even though it undies, of course, but it makes it so if they have Yawgmoth, they cannot get as much value. Gonna have Grist here. Ha! Got him! Exactly. So they were gonna evolve this Eldritch Evolution into Grist, but because I pinged them with Ren, they don't have anything to sack, so they die. So Needle's good. I think Endurance is kind of medium. Chalices are bad. Right, opponent's off it. I'll see you next round then. Yeah, we're gonna shoot this one. Playing against the Lurrus deck. Keep this one though. Not a bad top deck. Something cool to do on turn 2. That's kind of annoying. So Louis Chalice, or I think we just ending here. Because I would like this land to go to my graveyard, you know? Also, I should have used this land instead of this one. Fuck that up. Never mind, the opponent has another one. Go get a breeding pool. Blue, white. Yeah, we'll like to top deck one more prismatic ending, I gotta say. I think I want to go Soul Guide, Exile, Chalice. And I leave them with the DRC for one turn. Which kind of sucks a little bit, but... Croxa. Oh, fuck. I have to be in this, right? I have to be in the Ren. Because I can't beat I can't beat my own Titania. Land? Prismatic ending. Well, that's huge. Now the question is, can I afford to draw a card in case I find a tap land? I think I have to. Fuck. But I think that Titania is my plan, so I need to Scourge. Right, land, untap land. So this is just gonna be a chump blocker. This is truly rough, man. This is truly, truly very rough. Because I should have played this for 0. Nice black clay cliffs in your Scourge deck, opponent. So an artifact, deal 2 damage to any target. Is that lethal? Well, it is now. I guess it's not. We go down to 1. Imagine hitting land drops in your 30 land deck, right? Imagine hitting land drops in the 30 land deck. Do we want Celestia Charm? Probably not. Going into an unknown modern meta, would you bring Hammer Time or Elementals? Elementals look sick in full art, but I have an affinity player back in the deck, so turn. I mean, I like Elementals a lot. That's what I've been playing. I think the deck's very good, but I don't know. How much do you care about fun? How much do you care about winning? All right, game 2. Opponent. Keep in this hand. Please play monkey or something like that. Could they have any zeros? I think I'm gonna minus. There's also an argument for plussing here for what's worth. There's also an argument for just like playing the top lane and just ending this thing and just moving on. Because we kind of don't want the Ren to die to a bold before we get a card out of the deal, but yeah, that sucks. Land? Easy. Opponent has seen enough. Okay. Seems fine. Playing Black Lake Cliffs with Scourge is questionable. I don't know what we're doing that, but I think it's a fine take on the Rakdos deck. I think Jaunt Saga is the best out of all of those style of decks. I should probably play some Jaunt Saga. I've been enjoying that deck a lot. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I do think the Jaunt Saga deck is very, very good. All of the 1-drops. Kaya's Guile. Hoping to dodge Voidwalker here. They should probably pick the Explore now. Explore does seem like the best card in the hand. Okay, maybe they have a plan, like a DRC or something. But Explore is kind of busted here. Oh, maybe they have Alpine Moon. That would be another reason to let me keep the Explorer. Or Engineered Explosives. Or that, sure. That's actually a fine exchange for us, honestly. Just a wear tear. Put Lurrus in hand. Definitely gonna need the mana, so I'm putting notes about the last card in my hand for what's worth. It's a real fucking good sequence for them. Real fucking good sequence. Real fucking good sequence. So at this point, we're just looking for Titania. That's the only way that I can win this game anymore. Titania. Titania. Yes. 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 Not that we're in amazing shape or anything, but this is like the only way that I get to stay in this game. And then we can start beating down with some Shadow Spear action. What have I got on the inside? I don't know, man. Like, my opponent's draw is ridiculous. Please let me get lucky. Please, please, please let me get lucky. And I'm taking the trade. I'm not taking the trade there. If they have Colligan's command, they have Colligan's command, but Titania number 2? Let's go. Not quite. I'm gonna take 7 now. Can they lethal me here? They can lethal me here. No, they can't. Down to 2. All right, baby. Let's go. Alright, see you next round. Sure. Let's find Sacred Foundry. So I think I want to go turn 1 Breeding Pool, play map. We'll see what we do turn 2. But that way, if I draw a Ren, I can cast it on 2. If I draw Saga, I can play it off of the last. I can play the Fairy off of the Saga. That's what I mean. Step number 1, draw a Ren. What is a Misty Rainforest gamer? Murktide? Blue-red Murktide? Opponent says Breeding Pool map, what are you doing? Gonna say I'm living my best life. Good answer, says my opponent. Your go. More questions for my opponent. My opponent must be thinking, what the fuck is this guy doing? We're gonna have a couple of options for this coming turn. We're gonna be able to either crack map, play a Saga, or we're gonna be able to just play the Fairy. Multiple potential lines for us. It's another Misty Rainforest that they draw. Just gonna slam this to Fairy like there's no tomorrow. Probably gonna trade for a counter spell, I would assume. Or not. Maybe a shark. Maybe opponent's doing some Sharknado things. They are doing some Sharknado things. That baby shark is pretty good victim for this Ren minus. Do I want to Chalice on 2? Or would I rather crack map and Chalice on 1? I think I'd rather do that. Memory Deluge. Deluge. Opponent going to discard. Ha, silly. Silly opponent going to discard. I'm assuming they're playing some Reclamation nonsense. Yep, well, that answers the question. Oh, well, I was gonna go get that, but... now that I don't have to go get that... I mean, I still think that I'm gonna Chalice on 1. Crazy how they discarded a Reclamation instead of discarding like a forest or something. But this protects my walkers from Holy Heat. Cycle Triumph. Gonna have to pin the Rand so it doesn't ultimate. We got a Valakut already, so I don't think I want to get a cycle land. I'm just gonna get a Valakut anyway. One, two, three, four, five, six. Good stuff. Good stuff. Some might say the best stuff. So Dispute seems good. These seem not very good. I'm gonna cut a couple of those, bring a couple of forces, and I really like Endurance in this kind of matchup. It allows us to turn the corner very, very quickly, which can be quite important. And forces my opponent to play the game on my terms. I can force my opponent to play a game of that maybe they're not well equipped to play. Feels good when you slam Diphtheria turn 3 and it just resolves. Opponent doesn't do anything. And then it just wins from there. I imagine my opponent's hand was just filled with like counter spells and Archmage's Charm and silliness like that. Silliness. Absolute silliness. We are living our best life already after all. Sure. This is the only card in this hand that I'm not too excited about, but this is like a fine mold to 6. Land. Great. Green cards really have the best start for real though, right? The more that I cast Titania, the more that I just fall in love with the art. It's just so good. So good. Hello there, big boy. I guess small boy. I'm in love. Yeah, you could say. You could definitely say so. I think I'm just passing the turn here. Making a construct. Kind of hate full art Titania. I like the old frame one. That's the only Titania for me. Old frame Titania, best Titania. She looks more Shakespearean. Yeah, that's a way to put it. Maybe we should have got another white source there. Nah, this is fine. Another token. We're gonna get expedition map here. Play land. Swing for 3. Opponent's gonna draw 2 on end step, which is kind of annoying. Ancient Grudge. Huh. Actually, I fucked up there. I shouldn't have done that. Because now I can. Oh. I should have fetched there. Well, my opponent doesn't have green mana. Imagine casting spells, man. What kind of silly goose would cast spells? Why would anybody ever want to cast spells, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. No need to cast spells when you can just let your lands do the work for you. And now, surprise! Pivot! Pivot! New plan. What do you got? They're playing Reclamation. They're playing Temur Reclamation. Ha! Alright, counterspell on my end step. Now we untap. Teferino. Endurance once again. This card is just so sick. I love this card. Just such a great card. All right. How do I feel about these flooded strands? I guess they're fine. I guess they're fine, right? They just need standstill. That's the dream right there. That is the dream. The only problem with playing standstill is like we would go to this card way too often. And honestly, Ren is basically standstill if you think about it. Right? Ren and 6 is just standstill, but it's red and green instead of being blue and it's gonna colorless. So what if we go back to Naya? Do we want to go back to Naya? Or do we want to stay on 4-color Realm? 4-color Realm is kind of cool. There's also Band. But I don't think this deck can really function without Ren and 6. I tried like a couple of different ideas, and I just think that, you know, Ren is just way too important. Let's go straight up Naya. Nah. Let's actually keep. Let's play some more matches here. Any changes we may want to make for the third league? Not really. I kind of want to make room for one more Explore. Like Explore is just smooths out our draws so effectively, and so I guess efficient is not the word. It just does what I want this card to do, you know? Maybe we can do something like this. Play the 4th copy in the sideboard. Because Chalice is probably a better main deck card than Teferi. It's either or. Because I don't think I'm cutting any of the other cards in the deck. I think it's Teferi. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next league.